Welcome, America. Man, do I have something for you today. Have you ever had sushi before? Have you ever had sushi done like jambalaya, Cajun style? I'm gonna be showing you a sushi with a twist. When I started doing sushi, I actually did some research and I realized that sushi wasn't all about the raw stuff. It's literally whatever you want to put in it. So I'm gonna be creating a Jambalaya Sushi Roll.
Cook like a champion on this great station.
So the first thing that you want to make sure that you do is you got your bamboo mat. You want to make sure that you wrap this tightly with some saran wrap, and that way the rice doesn't seep into the actual bamboo shoots. So let's set that. So we'll go ahead and get our prep together. The sweet thing about jambalaya is it's just the same ingredients you would naturally put in actual jambalaya rice, only we're putting inside a sushi rice. Just a little bit of a twist. So the first thing we want to do is turn our stove down. We're gonna turn that on probably about a high heat because we want that nice high saute sear. We're gonna add a little bit of this avocado oil. Just a little bit. All right. Now while that's getting hot, we'll go ahead and cut up our veggies. Always remember, proper way to hold the knife, 3 fingers tucked underneath the handle, index finger is actually on the blade, and your thumb is actually on the blade, making sure you grip the knife. So I know traditionally you would use andouille sausage, but I'm using some actual Polish sausage. And you always want to add in the sausage first because you want to go at what takes the longest and then go back and add what doesn't take the longest towards the end. Give that a nice little toss. So now the second thing that takes the longest is your actual bell pepper. So you're just going to put my hand down there like so that it's nice and flat. And I'm actually just going to drag the knife and then just go forward. So essentially my motion is always just that nice rocking motion. And once I have all that sliced, all you have to do is just turn it. So really when you're getting diced, you slice it first, turn it at a 90-degree angle, slice it again, and magically you have diced. Now with my onions, I'm just going to make strips. Just like so. Give that a nice little mix. And now that I have everything in there, like I said, this is not your traditional spicy Cajun andouille sausage, so we're gonna make it spicy. Gonna hit that with a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce. Don't laugh, America. I know you see me use this. A little bit of slap your mama Cajun season. Don't go slapping nobody's mama though, you guys. It's a saying out there. Give that a nice little mix. All right. So last thing we wanna add is some fresh garlic. We're just gonna a little bit of a chop. And that's gonna go right into your skillet. Give that a nice little mix. All right, as you see, we got a nice saute there. Everything's all, you wanna make sure you don't over saute it because you want a little bit of a crunch to it. They call that al dente. All right, so while that's cooling off, we'll go ahead and get our rice. Now, I would definitely recommend if you're gonna use rice, use a rice cooker by all means. It just takes out all the guesswork and cooks it perfect for you. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this rice vinegar, and that's gonna help actually make the rice nice and sticky. We're gonna add in a little bit of slap your mama, just a little bit, just to say I put some in there. So now I have actual Cajun rice, and then we're just gonna mix that. And make sure that when you're mixing the rice, ancient Chinese secret, they say be nice to the rice. Don't be all aggressive with it because you're just gonna make it all mushy, and you definitely don't want that. All right. Now that that's all mixed up for you, we'll go ahead and get our roll on. You guys can see how I roll out there. Take our bamboo sheet, and as you see on this nori sheet that we have here, they have those lines. You just wanna line that up with the actual bamboo sheet, just like that. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and get your bowl of water, and you're going to definitely use that. That water is going to be your friend. That's going to keep the rice from sticking to your hands. So we're just going to dip your hands right into the water. Go ahead and take some of that rice and add that right to the nori sheet. And for those of you guys that don't know what a nori sheet is, it's basically, it's seaweed, super healthy for you, super good for your heart. That's why a lot of the Orientals out there, they seem to live so long, eating all that nori sheet. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing down lightly, and as I'm pushing down, I'm kind of spreading it, just like so. Making sure about every couple seconds, you just want to dip your hands in there. And you want to pretty much fill the nori sheet all the way with the rice. Now we're going to take some of our jambalaya ingredients, and we're just gonna add that right to the front end of it. And whenever you add the ingredients, you always wanna add it into the front so you can get a nice roll. And the only thing we have left, we'll take that crab meat log, set that right there. And I do need a little piece of this cucumber. So we'll just slice that in half. Slice that in half. And then I'm not a fan of that little pulp right there, so we're just gonna take the knife and slide it right up underneath there. All right. So what you wanna make sure whenever you're making slices like that is make sure it's the same size as the nori sheet, so we're just gonna do that, and then make a couple of small slices. Very important that you pull the nori sheet all the way to the edge of it, and you just want to take your 2 fingers and fold that right over it, just like so. And then what I'm going to do is with my left hand is just take and grab the actual bamboo sheet and pull back on it, making sure that the roll is nice and tight. The tighter the roll, the better you're going to be. Pull that over, and then I'm just going to roll that just a little bit more. Pull back, just like that, and kind of keep moving forward. Just like that. So when it gets to the edge, we're just gonna pull that back, forward. And this is what I call the finger lock. You just wanna take your 2 fingers just like this, spread them apart, actually pull that off, and you have your actual sushi roll. So now we'll go ahead and cut them. I'm using an 8-inch sushi knife. As you see how it has that little bevel right there, that helps keep the sushi from sticking to the knife. And you also want to take a little bit of water and just run that right across the blade, and that's going to help keep the sushi from sticking to the rice too as well. So when you're cutting these, the first thing that you want to do is just face it off and actually cut off the edges. And it's a very simple cut. You're going to cut directly right down the middle, and then you're going to cut that half in half, just like so. And then we're gonna cut those in half. Okay, now we got our sushi all rolled up. Last little quick step we gotta do is go ahead and do our spicy mayo. When I found out about the spicy mayo, what I realized is that it really was just mayo and sriracha, so I'm doing a Cajun version. So I'm doing mayo, a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce, or a lot of Louisiana hot sauce, depending on how spicy you like it. A little bit of slap your mama, or a lot of slap your mama. And then we're just gonna mix that up real nicely. All right, now that that's mixed up, we'll go ahead and cut up a little bit of green onions. Just gonna cut that at an angle for presentation. Last thing we wanna do is just go ahead and put a little bit of ginger right on there for your people. And a nice little dabi of wasabi. And wasabi is definitely optional. It's super peppery. First time I tried this, oh my God, I almost had to go to the hospital. It's extremely spicy. And we're just gonna top that off with a little bit of black sesame seeds. Some of my green onions. Put a little bit of wasabi peas on there. And then last but not least, some of this Japanese Cajun spicy mayo. Yeah, that's right, I said that. And I